Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A solo edition where I answer sporting questions from the chat. So this show, this live stream is all about the lovely citizens in the city of Sarcasm. So get your questions in, people. Get your questions in. If you're a member of the channel, your question takes priority like a super chat. So if you're a member, I will star your question and I will get to it. Of course, if you super chat, I'll get to your question as well. Were Liverpool robbed in the Merseyside derby? That's what we will be discussing. Are they just doing an Arsenal thing and crying about the referees because their team severely underperformed? Is that what it is? Van Dijk was not at the races. Liverpool's team wasn't at the races. Salah scored, but he was quiet. No one else really did too much. Gravenberch got taken off. Kanate wasn't at his best. Connor Bradley struggled. Trent was brought on. Didn't really impact the game too much. Trying to think. McAllister scored a good goal. Other than that, didn't really do too much. Neither did Diaz. Neither did Gakpo. I had Liverpool fans just crying because they drew the game. Because had they won the game, would there be this conversation? But before we carry on with all of that, make sure, first and foremost, whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching this back after, when you enter the city of Sarcasm, pay the tax, people. Pay the tax, pay the toll, which is just make sure you hit that like button. So hit the like button on the video. So important you do that. Make sure you share this out across all the socials and make sure you're following across all socials. That's me, Flawless. At Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at That's Me Flawless on Twitter and Instagram. And just as important is road to 15,000. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. Yeah, this is a gift. This is fire. It's not just Spider-Man. It's got Wolverine on it as well. Shit is fire. Shit's cold. Spider-Man and Wolverine. So yeah, Warrior J, blessings, man. Big up for the compliment and big up to Warrior J, who's dropping a lot of information in the chat in regards to injuries as well. Steve, if you're still here, I will set up that watch along on the playback for the USG versus Ajax game. I will do that because I'll probably close out here beforehand anyway. I'll be closed out by, wait, is it 5:45? Yeah, I'll probably be finished by then because it's about an hour. Big up to Casper, though. Big up Casper, who says fire T. Big up, man. Yeah, this t-shirt is fire. Big up Lucian says big up Flawless in the chat. Hit the like button, people. You already know, man. Big up every single time. Let's see what you lot are saying in the chat. Get your questions in. Warrior J's put some information here as well. Arsenal confirmed Kai Havertz's season is over due to hamstring injury. The injury will require surgery, which will take place in the coming days. Soon after surgery, Kai will begin his recovery program until the preseason preparations for next season. Also, on injuries to strikers, Nicholas Jackson will be out for 6 to 8 weeks with an injury. Chelsea confirmed he's not going to be available until the end of the international break, says Enzo Maresca. And more injury news as well. Manuel Akanji will be ruled out for the next few months and is likely to miss the rest of the season. Damn. I don't want to see people get injured, man. Don't want to see people get injured. Hey, big up to Whopper. Says big up Flawless. Smash them likes. Big up to Argentine White Ahmed. Ruben Scammer win. Oh, you Amarim out. Okay, that's random. We weren't talking about Amarim, but fairs. Daz Gaming says big miss for Chelsea. Yeah, I'll get back to that. Sai says big up Flawless. Weekend, I will gift membership as I promised. First, big up, Sai. And your thoughts, I want to know your thoughts on the game as well, considering you are a Liverpool fan. But yeah, on the game, like I mentioned there in the intro, Liverpool were not at the races. Liverpool were far from at the races, and I think that's where all this conversation lies. Defend. You got 30 seconds. You got one last attack to defend, and you win the game. And that is the sign of champions not playing well and being 2-1 up. But Everton missed their chances. Decore missed two very good chances, in particular the header. The pass from Tarkowski where he shot it. Tarkowski's not played a good pass into him, but Decore should take a touch. However, the header is a free header. Bare minimum, you should hit the target. And when you don't take your chances, that's what happens. Liverpool sucker punched them 2-1 up, but just defend. What did I miss? Someone let me know in the chat. What did I miss? I heard about a potential foul on Kanate in the goal, which I don't think was a foul. The time added on, but was there not stoppages in stoppage time as to why time was added on? So what's the issue? Just defend. There's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of a lack of accountability in regards to the team. If Liverpool play better, they win the game. Defend one last attack. You were not even the first goal you gave up. Van Dijk, poor. Like I said, Gravenberch getting taken off. Kanate wasn't high. Beto gave them mandatory time at times. Who actually played well for Liverpool in the game? You could argue maybe McAllister. Shabazai was quiet, non-existent. Salah did a Salah thing, got a GNA. You know, obviously got an assist and a goal, but outside of that was quiet. Diaz quiet. Gakpo quiet. Like, why did Slot get red? Probably talking to the ref. That's what I'm guessing. Probably talking to the referee, I'm guessing. I don't think it's anything bad. That we've seen, again, this is another thing with the Slot red. We've seen managers get red cards before. This is nothing new. Again, you lot correct me if I'm wrong. Is this something I am missing? Is there something I didn't see? Because it seems just to be a whole lot of complaining and nothing really happened from the Liverpool lot because their team didn't do the job. Again, Sai, let me know. If there's anyone else in the chat, please let me know. Facts flawless. Decore could have had 2. Liverpool were poor. Yeah, Liverpool were poor. That's where I think this anger should be directed at, and disappointment from the Liverpool fans is it was a Merseyside derby and your team did not perform well. How many Liverpool players performed well? You could say McAllister, maybe Alisson. It's probably it, to be honest. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Big up to Kurt. Manchester City fans says, what about Kanate handball? And Liverpool fans don't talk about that. I don't think that was a handball. I don't think it was a handball. But yeah, somebody let me know if that's the case. I know you're going to start to say Liverpool should defend those 2 goals better, but what was your thoughts on the referee's performance in the derby? He let a lot go, the referee. He let a hell of a lot go, like challenges he let go. He did book players at times, but he let a lot go. Like, put it this way, if he wanted to send off 2 or 3 players, he could have. Now I got to go out, Steve, so I'm not about. I got to step out straight after this, so I'm not joining the Ajax USG watch along. I'll probably do Porto Roma, though. I'll be back for that. I'm going to do Porto Roma, Steve. What was I going to say? Yeah, like the referee, I didn't think he was that bad. To be honest, a couple of decisions you could argue was better. But other than that, what did the referee do that was that bad? What am I missing? I'm normally in the minority on these things because I put it on my team. I expect my team to do better. So what did I miss that the referee was so bad? Like, what decisions did he make that were that awful? I know there was the Salah one where Salah was bearing down on goal. I believe that led to the goal. Salah was bearing down on goal. That was a free kick in my opinion. The referee didn't give it. We're talking really about one decision. Defend Bell. Like, that's what, because if Liverpool win this game, I don't think it's really much of an issue, to be honest. And they should have won the game. The game should have been out of sight. And not should have been out of sight because of how they performed, because they performed poorly. I'm saying they should have performed better. And when you don't perform well, you leave the door open for things like this to happen. I'm lost. I'm really lost. Maybe I need to watch the game again because I don't know what happened that got everyone in a frenzy. That after the game, I hear that. Like Curtis Jones pulling up on Decore. I'm sure the Liverpool fans were giving shit to Decore. Decore gives the Liverpool fans shit back, and it's a problem. Why is that a problem? I don't get that. And then they all holding on to each other's shirts. But I love the kerfuffle. I tweeted that. Love the kerfuffle. Oh, because the added on time went over 3 minutes. But was there not stoppages in stoppage time? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was there not? Was there not stoppages in stoppage time, or am I mistaken? I swear there was. See, did Decore get racist? And it's not right either way. But I'm sure Decore was getting abuse, not racist, but was getting abuse from the Liverpool lot during the game because it's a Merseyside derby. And everything like above board and fair is what I'm talking about. So when he gives the shit back, how can Curtis Jones be complaining? When you know they was talking shit to all the Everton players, all of them. It's like me being in the crowd and I'm giving ish to the opponents, and then they score a last-minute winner. They're well within their right to give me shit back. Well within their right. That's how the game goes. Saying don't give it out if you can't take it. Can't dish it out if you can't take it. Flawless, I don't blame ref. We need to play well, but I think Everton first goal was never a foul for me. Potentially. I could argue that. You could argue that. And big up to Kurt, man. Glad you enjoyed the content. Appreciate it. Big up Dunsey. Says Liverpool was shit and we're lucky to draw. What's all the noise about? I'm lost as well, Dunsey, as to what all the noise is about. And Kurt says, big up anyways, love the content. Appreciate it, man. Big up every single time. But you lot continue to get your questions in. Don't necessarily have to be about the Merseyside derby. It can be about something else. That's absolutely fine. If a City player celebrated in front of Flawless, he would have said F you. Absolutely. But I wouldn't complain about it. That's well within their right. I can't be there for an hour and a half giving a City player dogs abuse. You know what I'm saying? Calling him every name under the sun. And then they score a last minute winner and he hits me with the, and I'm outraged. Like, it's part of the game. Same with the back and forth with the fans. When I was at the City game, they was giving us shit. We was giving them shit. That's the way the game goes. I'm all for it. I loved it. When I walked into my stand and we were saying, you know what I'm saying, you cheating bastards, we know what you are. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Atmosphere was mad. Soon as me and Shine walked in, that's exactly what the United fans were singing to the City fans. You cheating bastards, we know what you are. I was like, oh yeah, this is crazy. I was like, this could get on top. Because there's a lot of them there. And there was only a few stewards. I'm like, yo, if a couple of them climb over here, we could get peak. Could get peak because they were mad close. Speaking of games against Tottenham, let's say if you beat Spurs, do you think Amorim should continue with that lineup until it doesn't work? It depends on the performance, Warrior J. If we win the game, but the performance is average, below average, or poor, then no. But if we win the game and we perform very, very well, then why not? On merit, if everybody performs well within the lineup, yeah. But he needs to switch up these lineups. See it already. People just randomly hating on him. You see him here. Man didn't even say hello. Man just said, hammer him out. Man already hammer him out. But hey, he's to their own. Like, I didn't care Skelly doing the Haaland celebration because it's all a part of the game. That's what I didn't understand as well. Why Skelly received the backlash for doing Haaland's celebration when they have previous. Did Haaland not say to him, who the fuck are you, in the game at the Etihad? So then when I score, I am well within my right to give him some shit back. He wasn't super disrespectful. He didn't run up to him and slap him in the face. He didn't box him in the back of the head. He didn't kick him, you know what I'm saying? He didn't kick him in his calf. I was like, people act like he assaulted him or something like that. Like, that's what the game is about. We need more of that. And this is me saying that as a Manchester United fan who doesn't like these two teams. But I love that game in regards to the rivalry, the shithousery, the kerfuffles. This is what you want. And like I said, this is two teams I don't like, but we need more. We need more of that in the game. I love that. The City Arsenal, there's now some extras added into that game. When it was United and Fulham and it was Martinez and Traore, I'm all for that. Same way when man's mentioned Mopai and Maddison. When he was at Brentford, I love that. Bring Mopai back to the league. Love that, for real. Like, I'm all for it. And the fact that Skelly took his celebration, I love that. Now when City play Arsenal next season, there's now extra on that. And if Haaland scores, guess what? You can go and bark in Skelly's face. Or you can do a Skelly celebration. Or you can do whatever he wants to do. He can lift up his top and it says, stay humble underneath. Or stay humble, Skelly. We need more of this in the game. This is what's required. It's mad that people were on. And this is me defending an Arsenal player and saying Skelly did nothing wrong. Skelly did absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever. Nothing wrong. Talk about, we can't chat to Haaland. Yo, anyone did. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. When Bellingham scored the winner, did him and Diaz, were they mocking Haaland? Am I correct in saying that? Or is that their celebration? Let me know. And the PSG players didn't do that after they beat Dortmund. Yeah, we need all of that in the game. Like, I don't know when the game became, I can't say the game became, but people became soft in regards to these things. I can't score a goal, do Casper's celebration, and then the following game when mine and Casper's teams play each other, he scores the winner, he does my celebration, and I get mad. Kind of, and I'm just using Casper because he's the comment on the screen as an example. What kind of, no, you're well within your rights. Don't mean you can't get like abuse and verbal back, but you can't complain. Like, obviously give shit back, but you can't complain. Like when Decore went to the Liverpool fans, they can give him shit back, yes. But anyone saying he was wrong is what I have an issue with. He did nothing. I don't know why this is not focused. He did nothing wrong. My camera will come back into focus in a sec. There we go, people. He did nothing wrong. I don't know what people are talking about, but hey, we move. Tarkowski's goal was peak Barclays as well. It was. What's this? What's Big Mal saying? Says Gyökeres to United seems unlikely because he wants Champions League football. That's fine. My problem is that we don't want to spend 58 million on him because he's 26 and want to invest in young players. Joke. Is this the case? Big Mal, where's the source that says that we don't want to spend 58 million on Gyökeres because he's 26? Where did you hear this? Let me know. What's this? The FA will read Michael Oliver's report before making a decision over whether to charge in the coming days. Slot on the touchline for Wolves as things stand. So he'll get a ban. Lewis Skelly maybe can't chat to Haaland, but he can do whatever celebration he wants. Exactly. Can he? No one. Yeah, exactly this. Can he chat to Haaland in regards to accolades and what they've done in the game? No. But if he scores against City, he's well within his right to do whatever celebration he wants. And Kurt is a City fan saying this. And you know what I'd say to any City fan who's complaining about that, anyone? Beat Arsenal. Make sure we don't score. Then you don't have to worry about it. Do your job. Word to Roy Keane. Do your job. This is crazy. I'm just gonna call you Argentine. Spurs will definitely beat us on what's next for Amarin Flawless. The next game. If Spurs beat us, whatever our next game is, what's next for Amarin. Hey, the subscribers will come, Kurt, man. He says you should have way more subscribers than you do, bro. I appreciate it, man. More subscribers will come, but I do appreciate that. Exactly. Jones versus the Correas was good for football, and they both play central midfield. So guess what? When Liverpool play Everton at Anfield in the Merseyside derby in a few weeks, because the next one's in a few weeks, guess what? I hope Curtis Jones starts, and I hope Decore starts. And I hope when Curtis Jones gets the ball, Decore crashes into him with a tackle. And I hope as soon as Decore gets the ball, Curtis Jones crashes into him with a tackle. And Decore is like this in front of the cup, and Curtis Jones is giving shit to the Everton fans in front of the at the away end. I'm all for it. All for it, man. I hope they both start. I hope so. Hope Decore bags. You know what I'm saying? Or sets up an assist or something like that. We need more of this in the game. Who don't want more talking points and more rivalry? Like Everton and Liverpool can't stand each other, and this just adds to it. We need more of this, man. It's been way too friendly. Not that game, but I'm saying in general, just football. It's very, very friendly. I said to some City fans who did moan about Skelly's celebration, it's only a celebration. Get over it. Exactly. You know what, Kurt? Make sure you don't score. Blame the team for allowing him to score. Blame the team for allowing him to score. That's what I'd say. It seems unlikely at the moment, but from these two, Ipswich and Leicester has a slight hope for getting out of the relegation zone. You know what? I think they're both gone, to be honest. I think Wolves with Cunha have a player who's good enough to win them enough games to get them out. I'm just having a look here at the table. Yeah, I think the bottom three will probably remain the bottom three, you know. As much as I'd love Rude to survive, pardon me, I didn't realize the gap was so big from 16th to 17th. Because Wolves were on 19 points, and then you've got Everton and West Ham both on 27 points. Damn. Jesus. All right. Yeah. It's going to be 3 from 4, and I think it'll be the 3 in the bottom 3, to be honest. Oh, yeah, Anfield's definitely booing Decore, and guess what? I love that. They'll boo him anyway because he's there in the Everton shirt, but love that. Some added spice to the game. Added spice. And Big Mal said something earlier about Gyökeres. Was it this? Hey, this is crazy. I'm just going to bypass that because of the last part. But yeah, Big Mal, where are you getting the source that Manchester United don't want to sign Gyökeres because he's 26? Where's this source? Question Flawless, do you want to write off the league to focus on the FA Cup and Europa League? No, I don't want us to write off the league. No, not in the slightest. We need to perform better in the league. We need to start getting some more wins in the league and move up the table. Just from a notoriety standpoint, not even a notoriety, just from a confidence standpoint, just from a pride standpoint. And just to get some form of get some of the pressure off of Amarim. Because all he's doing with his league form right now is heaping a whole heap of pressure on himself for next season to hit the ground running. And you're already under immense pressure anyway because you're Manchester United manager. So the fact that you're a Manchester United manager, you're under the microscope 25-8. I was saying this yesterday on the United Arsenal show. So all you're doing with your poor performance this season so far is just adding to that. So that's what it is. But FA Cup and Europa League, of course, we're trying to scam those 2 trophies, AJB. We've got, for those that know about wrestling, we've got the money in the bank briefcase and we're trying to cash it in on some absolutely scumbaggery thing, undeserved. When all the wrestlers are laid out in the ring and we just go run down the ramp, pass it to the ref and just pin someone. We ain't going to hit anybody with a finishing move. And that's what we're trying to do with the FA Cup and Europa League. We've been this way. I keep stating this. We are Ponzi Scheme FC. We are scammers. Western Holdings FC, for those that have watched Power know what I'm talking about. That's what we are. We got the nice, like Western Holdings, we got the lovely, nice building. You know what I'm saying? All the workers working there. We cooking the books. And we trying to cook the books to try and win 2 more trophies. We've been terrible, but so 2014, 9 years, because 2013 we won the league, so we'll say 2014. So 9 years. 9 years. We've won 5 trophies in 9 years being terrible. That's what it is. We won a Europa League, we won 2 FA Cups, and won 2 League Cups. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's since Fergie's left, that's the 5 trophies we've won. Who else would do that? No one else has won 5 trophies in 9 years being as bad as us. Yes, City have won more. I believe Liverpool have won more. I think Chelsea have won more as well, but I know the first 2 have. But none of those have been as bad as us for the entire time. Like, yeah, Chelsea had their blip where it was bad, cool. City have been good for the most part, bar this season. And I think the season Liverpool won it. Liverpool have been good pretty much since Klopp's been there. They've been of a level. Obviously, the first couple of years, not as much. But no one's been as bad as us consistently. Like, yeah, we've had good moments and good months or a good half a season. But I can't remember the last time we had a good season from start to end. But yet we still coming out with trophies, man. Yeah, like I said, man. Western Holdings FC, man. That's us. That is us. Next time we scam and win, that'll be my title for the what's it called? Title for the match reaction. I'm telling you. So it was the One Football app. And the One Football app, I read the Gyökeres news as well. Okay, first. Let's say hypothetically it's true and we don't want to sign players who are 26. Depends on the player. Do I have an issue with? Let me actually read your comment again. Let me see what you said. Hold on. Like again, you said are you sold Big Mal on Gyökeres? Is that what this is? Gyökeres ain't the only Gyökeres. I just find it hard to believe that we're not signing anybody 26 or older. I just find that hard. I find that hard to believe when we literally. How old's De Ligt and Maz? Ain't they 25, 26? How old's De Ligt? Let me check. I'm just looking here. All right. De Ligt is 25. And will be 26 at the start of next season. Ain't Maz around the same age? So where's this whole thing that we won't sign in? Maz is 27. And will be 28 November. So I'm lost. Agate's 24, I think. Going on 25. Or is he 23? Yeah, I find it hard to believe. Don't believe everything you read is what I'd say. I don't believe that. Yeah, Agate's 23 and will be 24 in April. So I don't know why. Yeah, I take everything with a pinch of salt. That's what I'd say. We're not going to win anything. We don't have to kill a midfield. Pedri and Gravenberch kind of midfielder who connects defense and forward with their feints, footwork, and confidence. Everybody knows Argentine that our midfield is not good enough. No disputing that. And I'm not saying we will win anything. I'm not saying we will earn anything. I'm just saying that is the aim, is to scam another trophy. We've had bad teams before and won stuff. We've been a bad team. So that's the aim. Of course, we need improvements everywhere. Yeah, it does feel like De Ligt's been around a long, long time and he's only still 25. So yeah, I don't believe everything you read is what I'd say. Writing off the league for trophies, I'll take that flawless. Nah, I'm not. I'm not writing off the league. That's not my MO. I believe the board have just wrote off the season completely. But me as a fan, I'm not writing off no season. Hell no. Still, the manager still needs to perform better. Players still need to perform better. Performances overall from individuals and as a team need to get better, and results need to get better in the league. But I'm still looking at the FA Cup and Europa League like, yes, one game at a time, one round at a time, do the business. Obviously, we'll know this time next week. No, we won't know. So we'll know next week, Friday, who we've got. Whenever the draw is, I'm presuming the draw for the Europa League is next week, Friday. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. So we'll know who's gone through from the playoffs. Same with the Champions Leagues as well. So we'll know who we are facing and who we could potentially get. And then the FA Cup, a lot of the big guns have gone out. It's like, yo, get through to the 6th round of the FA Cup and then go from there, which I believe is the quarterfinal. And yes, we played Fulham twice, beaten them twice, and there have been 2 very, very close games, 2 1-0 wins. And they still not actually put the kickoff time for that as well on the FA Cup. Just having a look. 1 second. Because I was looking at this yesterday, and they still haven't set the times. Yeah, they've got them all still as 1st of March, 3 p.m. So that will change for TV coverage, etc. Europa League is next Friday, and the draw, I think, is going during the Back Again pod. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, yeah, City going out the Champions League by next week, Wednesday. I was telling this to Vader, and Vader was trying to tell me, no, they're not. It's like, all right. Okay. Sorry, now you lot going out. I'm assuming you still have Liverpool winning the league despite the points dropped. Yes, someone got to catch them. Look at Arsenal's issue. Even a fully fit Arsenal wouldn't catch them. But Arsenal like that. Trossard, Sterling, Wanyeri. They have no other attackers fit. It's over. And you don't even have a manager who is good enough to make that work. I tell you, ain't all that. 700 M spent, no trophies. Come on, man. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? And continue to run up the likes. Actually, you lot are doing a good job. Get us up to 40 likes, people. Get us up to 40 likes. Make sure you've hit the subscribe button. If you haven't, continue to get your questions in. If you're a member of the channel, your question takes priority like a super chat, so I'll star it and make sure I get to it as well. I know there's other strikers, but Gyökeres fits like a glove in the Amorim system. He scores a ton of goals, holds the ball up well, and great movement in the box. For that, for 58 million is a bargain. Hey, Mal, I'm all for signing Gyökeres, but you're taking a report from one football app as gospel. Relax. Nobody of note has said that United are not signing Gyökeres. Relax. Chill. Let's just wait until the end of the season. And then that's when you're like, all right, let's see what goes on. No one has said there's no reliable source that has said United are not or are signing Gyökeres. And Gyökeres is not the only striker out there who is of his profile. He's not. So that's on the board, whether they go sign Gyökeres or somebody else to go and find that player. Just relax. Chill out. Speaking of Arsenal prediction for Friday and the weekend's games, let me pull up weekend's games still. Let me pull up weekend's games. So Brighton, Chelsea, I think it'll be 2 apiece. Yeah, I think 2 all draw. Leicester, Arsenal. Arsenal win. 2-0 Arsenal. West Ham, Brentford. How Brentford done? I don't know. Let me check. I need to actually check some. Let me check how certain teams been playing, because I haven't been following certain teams like that to know how they've been playing form-wise. How Brentford been getting on? Let me have a look. Let's see. How Brentford been getting on? Lost to Spurs. Beat Palace, lost to Liverpool. 2-2 AC. Yeah, they're in terrible form still. They're not in good form. No, I'll say 1 apiece. Southampton, Bournemouth. Bournemouth 3-0. Nah, that's a derby, though. 3-1. Villa 2-0 against Ipswich. City, Newcastle 3-2 Newcastle. Fulham, Forest. Fulham ain't good. 2-1 Forest. Crystal Palace, Everton. That's unmade of. 1-1. Liverpool, Wolves 3-0 Liverpool. Spurs, United 2-1 United. Yeah, the league's been done, AJB. Question, do you think Nottingham Forest can finish third in the league? Can they? Yes. Will they? No, I don't think they will. I'm expecting Chelsea and City to kick on. I'm looking at City of 6 points behind them, Chelsea of 4 points behind them. I think that'll be the top four: Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, City, not in that order. But I think Forest will be top 6. They'll finish in the European places. Hey, big up, get a Vodge. Says hit the likes of people. Flawless is the real one. Hey, big up, man. And you've been a member of the channel for 10 months, man. Appreciate it. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment, people. Hey, big up Destroyer as well. Big up. Good to see you in the chat. Semi-automated offside technology will be utilized in all 7 matches at Premier League stadiums for the FA Cup 5th round. Ben should have done this. I'd be like, I don't know why they don't have automated offsides. Same way they have goal line technology. Like, is it a goal? Has it crossed the line or is it not? That's black and white. It's the same with this. You're offside or you're not offside. All this drawing lines and waiting. You see it in the Champions League all the time when they have the automated. Automated, just go straight to it. Oh, was it offside or was it not? They run it and then you know if they're offside or not. So I'm glad finally. Absolute just nonsense that it's not there. Nonsense. It's saying don't see City winning against Newcastle or Liverpool. Most likely 2 L's. You reckon you lose twice? You know what? I can see it still. Oh yeah, Goldzell. Sometimes they draw the line wrong. It's crazy. How you draw the line wrong? I think Forest stay in top 4. I hear it, Steve. They gonna run it close. Because I thought they would have dropped off by now. Let me actually have a look at their fixture list. I thought they would have dropped off by now. Let's see. Fulham away, Newcastle away, Arsenal at home, City at home, Ipswich away, United at home, Villa away. They got some tough fixtures. Their next 5, Fulham away. Even though I think they'll win, Fulham ain't going to roll over. Newcastle away will be tough. Arsenal at home, tough. City at home, tough. I'd expect them to be Ipswich away. United at home. Yeah, I'd rather not talk about it still. But they got some tough games coming up. Argentine says Chelsea for the past 2 months look like Ten Hag's United 2025. Maresca ball equals. I hear it. Top 5 players this season. It's a good question. Fuck. Who's the top 5 players this season? Hello, rivals, because Liverpool been flying. You gotta say Van Dijk. You gotta say Gravenberch. I put Isak in there. I put Aina in there as well. I think he's been very good. Probably Chris Wood, you know. Probably Chris Wood. Yeah, I'll forget Salah. Gotta put Salah in the mix as well. Yeah, take out. Could you take out from there? Maybe you take out Aina and put Salah in there. But it's between the teams at the top. You're looking at Liverpool players. You're looking at Forest players. They're the 2. It's crazy you ain't really looking at Arsenal players. You could argue Gabriel, actually. I think Gabriel's been good for Arsenal this season. He's been very good for Arsenal this season. That's what I'd say. See what else you are saying. Cliver, I think Cliver's just had a good, month and a bit. He had the hat-trick of penalties against, I can't remember who it was for. And obviously, he was a part of not the 7-0, the 5-0 when they battered somebody. Who did Bournemouth? They packed in somebody 5-0. Who was it? I know Forest won 7-0. And then, yeah, I can't remember. Let me double check. Well, it was a Mazda anyway in regards to goals that was going on. You lot remind me. I'm having a look here. Yeah, they packed in. Yeah, they beat Forest 5-0. And Forest beat Brentford 7-0. Oh, no, they beat Brighton 7-0, sorry. We already went for Dorgu instead of Nuno Mendes. Did we? Rohan says we already went for Dog. What's this? Wait, what's going on? Oh, here we go. I missed your first comment, Rohan. Big up Flawless. I'm worried we're going for Quenda, only 17 years old. Instead, we should target someone like Frimpong, way better in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know too much about either. But if Quenda's deemed good enough, I wouldn't use his age against him. Is Quenda good? Does he have a higher ceiling than, pardon me, Frimpong? I don't know. Like I said, I've not watched Quenda like that. I've only watched Frimpong a handful of times. I think I've watched Quenda once. So I don't think it's really that much of a Is it really something to be worried about? I don't know why I don't understand why you're worried about going for Quendo. If you're good enough, you're old enough. If he's not good enough, it's nothing to do with him being 17. We've just made an error. Same way if we signed someone who was 27 years old and wasn't good enough, like, forget the age. Are you good enough? And we already went for Dorgu instead of Nuno Mendes. What's wrong with going for Dorgu instead of Nuno Mendes? Is Dorgu going to be good? Like, it's about levels. Like, I'm lost. What changes do I want to see against Tottenham? Changes I never see. Not trying to see Onana. Don't want to see Bruno. Don't want to see Dalot. Don't want to see Højlund. They're the changes I'd make. Don't want to see any of those four in the lineup. From the Championship, which 3 teams you think will get promoted? I don't watch the Championship, so I don't know. I just hope it's not Leeds. Cliver or Morgan Gibbs-White, if you had to sign one as a number 10 role, who would you go for? Flawless? Neither. I don't want us to sign Cliver or Gibbs-White. Same with Morgan. Would I sign Morgan Rogers? Yeah, I'd sign Morgan Rogers. So out of these 3, I didn't read that properly. Yeah, out of these 3, Morgan Rogers. But Cliver or Gibbs-White, I wouldn't go there. Well, if you could sign Morgan Rogers, which is highly unlikely, Morgan Rogers would be the one. Because he is everything we are missing in the side in regards to athleticism, power, strength, like some powerful running, ball carrier, etc., all of that. Yeah, Quenda's good, but he has the potential to be a superstar. Defo a signing I'd be optimistic about. He would give us so much more attacking width down the right-hand side. Yeah, I don't know why that's a bad signing. Quenda's been performing well for Sporting. Wouldn't cost a lot. I don't know why that's deemed a bad signing. I don't see that. I don't. Ironically, I don't think Morgan Gibbs-White and Rogers are that much different players. I don't think that Gibbs-White can carry the ball like Rogers. I'm not going to lie. I've seen Rogers do certain things, and I'm like, Gibbs-White couldn't do that. Like, in particular against Arsenal. Like, I don't think Rogers can knock the ball around one side of a player and go around the other and brush man aside. I don't think he can do that. Like, I'm taking Rogers over Gibbs-White in regards to a player for player. And I rate Gibbs-White, but I ain't trying to see him at United. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't see him as a pace and power player, to be honest. I think he's a good player, but I don't see him as a pace and power player. I don't think he carries the ball with as much power and as well as Morgan Rogers. I think technically, yes, close, but I don't think Gibbs-White is near Morgan Rogers in terms of a ball carrier and the physical side of the game. Who do you think was going to win the Champions League? Chat could answer this as well. Real Madrid. That's who I got winning the Champions League. I think they're going to do they're Western Holdings on a platinum level. I think so. Like only Real Madrid, even though everyone's beaten City, they've gone to City and scored 3 goals, having not played well whatsoever. And City actually played well to an extent. So yeah, I'm going Real Madrid. That's been my pick. Real Madrid. I think it's Real Madrid. It is. Flawless, are you doing another show after this? Yeah, they'll be live on the playback then, man. They'll be live on the playback. I won't be there for the first game. I'll be there for the second game because I got to go out. I'm scared of signing young players at our club. They'll get swallowed up by the level and the pressure. Here, the thing is, Rohan, we've seen older, experienced players get swallowed up by the pressure. So I don't think it's about you're missing the point. It's not about age, quality. That's what it is. Are you good enough? It's not age thing. We have all these players that we have that are performing poorly are older and experienced. Most of them. Prime example, how much? Maguire, older, experienced, rubbish. Dalot, older, experienced, rubbish. What are we talking about here? Yeah. Players are not good enough. Garnacho, not older, experienced, rubbish. That's most of our team. Most of our team is experienced. The only players I would say are inexperienced in our team is probably Yoro, could argue. Let me actually check Højlund's numbers, because I don't even think Højlund falls in that category. Let me actually check in regards to appearances for Højlund. Let me see. Let me have a look. Yeah, Højlund, I'm not even saying Højlund's played over 100 games at like high level. I would even say Højlund he's experienced. He's just rubbish. You could argue maybe a Xerxes, like inexperienced Euro Xerxes. That's it. Everyone's experience. It's quality. Again, I think you're missing the point in regards to it's not an age thing. Oh, yeah. I'm not saying Gibbs White is weak. I'm just saying he's not as powerful as Morgan Rogers. That's what it is. Yeah. So I meant to say I think they're extremely similar in my comment first. I just think that not Gibbs White. I think Rogers is the better player. I think he's a better player, to be honest. Tyler Diblin will be one to watch in the summer. He'd be great for a 10 for us and can get him on the cheap when Southampton are relegated. Jason Wilcox knows him as well. Oh, yeah, I'll take Diblin in a heartbeat. Back up for that right-sided 10. Absolutely. Definitely needed, without doubt. Shout out Madrid, man. I hope Madrid do. Just to annoy everybody, I hope they win the champs again. Hope Don Carlo goes out with another Champions League. Who do I think is going to get sacked next? Oh, Ange. Definitely. I'm guessing you're asking Warrior J in the Premier League. Ange, without doubt. I don't know how he's still not there. We might only get 1 or 2 signings in the summer because of finances if they're all young players. I'm worried. Again, you're missing the point, Rohan. It's not about young. It's about quality. And if we only get 1 or 2 signings in the summer, even if they're older and both world class, then we're in trouble. When do United ever only sign 1 or 2 players? What's with this scaremongering? Why are we worried? When did Manchester United, Rohan, ever only sign 1 or 2 players in the summer? Bear in mind, if we're getting rid of players, that's going to bring money in. So we're going to get 25 million for Sancho. Let's say we get 40 million for Rashford. Let's say we get 15 million for Anthony. Let's say we get 10 million for Lindelof. Let's say we get, I'm trying to think. Give me another player who's being sold. I'm trying to think. Who else? Because a lot of players will be going for free. I've just counted up. That's like 95 million right there. 40 for Rashford. 25 for Sancho. 15 for Anthony. So that's what, no math saying, man. That's 7. So that's 75. 10 for Lindelof is 85. But last year, let's say we get 15. That's 100 million right there. Which can then go back into the team. Right. We go back into the team. Again, Rohan, and that was one time. We only signed Fred and Delo for Mourinho after he came second. I'm looking at worst case. Why are you looking at worst case scenario? Why are you fear-mongering yourself? That's happened once in however many years. How many years has Manchester? I don't know how many years you've been watching Manchester United. How many times has it happened that you're looking at the one time? I presume you've been watching, let's say, 20 years. I just throw that out there, 15, 20. And you're looking at the one time we did that. Come on, man. Look at all the players we just let go. The players we are going to let go. Then you add in Eriksen and Casemiro both leaving on freeze. We're not going to sign 1 or 2 players. I think we'll promote some youth players, and I think we'll bring in 4 or 5 players. And then bring in a couple of youth players, which will take us to like 6, 7 players. That's what I'd say. In the summer transfer market, which players do you think would be the main target? Which players would be the main target? And ask me that again, Warrior J. Ask me that again. Can you explain how we get a Champions League place if we win the Europa League? Because the Europa League winner gets a Champions League spot. So, for instance, who won the Europa League last year? Was it Atalanta? Like, let's say they finished, I don't know where they finished in Serie A, but if they finished outside of the Champions League spots, let's say they finished 6th or 7th in Serie A, they'd get into the Champions League. It's automatic. That's how we got there in 2018. When United won the Europa League in 2017? 2017, I believe. I think we finished 6th under Mourinho, which wouldn't normally get you a Champions League spot. But because we won Europa League, we got back into the Champions League. Big up every time, Flawless. Big up Canal. Can you share your ideal Manchester United to get us till the end of the season? Premier League 11. Fuck. It's not an 11 I like. But yeah, buying there, Maz, Euro, Delit. Maz left side. Would I go? Now go Euro left side of centre back. Maz right side of centre back. Delit central centre back. Wing backs. I would go Ahmad and Dogu. Ahmad right, Dogu left. Collier Regate in midfield. Maino left 10. Ericsson right 10. No, actually. I put Maino right 10 so he can link up with Ahmad. Ericsson left 10 so he can link up with Dogu. They're both Danish. Xerxes up top. That's where I go. We've blown £1 billion. I don't believe any of us going to rebuild like that. They're in debt until 2027. Have no confidence with signing 4-7 players, which we need. Yeah, we know we've blown £1 billion, but we'll spend more money because we always spend money. If 2 young players and 2 free experienced players, that's the start of a rebuild. But I'm skeptical that will happen. That's my fear. It will. I think it will happen just because of the amount of players who will leave. We'll bring in 4 or 5. When don't we bring in 4 or 5 players? It's literally the one season you mentioned with Mourinho. When else, Rohan, have we not brought in 4 or 5 players? So if we're going off what Manchester United have done previously, out of all the years, we've always brought. What's the last year outside of that one? Right, scratch that. In the last 10 years, it's been 1 year where we've not brought in at least 4 players. Yeah, type the question again, Warrior J. Exactly. Collier does nothing exceptional but knows the basics. That's why I pick him. Exactly, Luke. We get told the same bullshit every year. We got told this last summer. The summer just gone, 2024. Manchester United have no money. We got told it the summer 2023. We got told it the summer 2022. Every year I've been content creating, I've heard Manchester United have no money. Every single year. And United fans fall for it exactly the same and be worried in February. Cross that bridge when we get there. Why are you worried about summer now? It's like having an operation that you're fearful of, that you don't want to do, but the operation isn't until June. Why are you worried about it in February? There's nothing you can do about it. You have no control over the operation, same way you have no control over what the board's going to do. Just wait. I hear the concerns, but just relax. It's the 13th of February. We got other things on hand to do. Games. That's what we got to do. We got to get through the rest of the season. Yeah, Lou, I'm with you. I'm with you, Lou. I hear it all the time. Yeah, it's not an ideal 11, Broderick, but it's better. Big up African baller. Large up to you. Fear mongering. We always spend money. Apart from the one season we didn't after Mourinho finished second. That's the only time. Yes. I like Lou, you're new here. I like you already, man. We just spent someone who gets it. When people like Lou pop up in the chat, I know I'm not going, because I feel at times I'm going crazy. Like I live in a parallel universe. Like I'm in a different universe. Like it's Marvel. Like we always spend money. And guess what? If we don't spend the money, then we worry about it. I'm a deal with it when we get there. How are we gonna cross this bridge when we get to the bridge? How are we gonna like that? I'm not worried about, oh, you know what? How are we gonna get past this bridge? When we gonna get to that bridge? In about 4 months. Let's talk about it in 4 months then. Like I said, it's the operation example I use. You have an operation coming up that you are shit scared of. The operation coming up. The operation isn't until June. It's February. Why are you worrying now about the operation? Especially when we got overshare our hand. Like I said, we got football matches to play. We got games to play. We got a season to finish. Yeah. We aren't told that every year is Ineos is in trouble. This is serious. If they can still spend big, I just don't think they're raising funds the way that you think will happen. So what do you disagree with then, Rohan? Because Sancho 25 million is already a done deal. As long as Chelsea finish above 12th, which they will. Rashford, 40 million is the option that Aston Villa have to buy. So let's say hypothetically that happens. Anthony's playing well so far at Betis. So like I said, 15 million. Lindelof could go for 10. Malacia could go for 15 million. Out of those 5, I've just raised 100 million. What do you disagree with heavily in terms of price point? So what are we talking about here? And they don't have to spend big. Do I think we win versus Spurs versus Everton? Yes, I always think we win. I always pick United wins. Which Premier League team do you think will have a big rebuild in the summer? City. City, 100%. They're going to go mad in the summer. They just spent 200 million in January. They are going to go absolutely mad in the summer. Mad. Manchester United got the same problem as us, need new signings and old players out who are not good enough anymore. Hey, even old players, hey, Kurt, with United, it's just that team's not even the old players. It's pretty much everybody. That's the difference with us two. It's not even old. It's not even old. Like, that's why when people talking about young and, oh, we don't want to bring in youth players. We want to bring in experience. You can be experienced and rubbish. Experience is one of the most overrated attributes in football. Easily. Because guess what? We have a whole heap of experienced players. Garnacho's experienced. Garnacho's super. He's played over 100 matches for Manchester United. He's an experienced player. Just because he's young doesn't... The same way you can be young and be experienced, you can be 24, 25 and not experienced. And that's where people get it misunderstood. He's played over 100 matches for Manchester United. He's an experienced player. He's just rubbish. He is just rubbish. Okay, so you agreed, then, Rohan. So you was doing too much when you said about the price points that I mentioned. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. We don't have to go over the top, Rohan. Because now we're not raising the funds that I think will happen. And now you're in agreement that we can raise the funds that I just said. Because I didn't say anything wild. And for those that know about PSR, how much money can you spend once it's brought in? So can you spend double the amount? So if you bring in 50 million, can you spend 100 million? Someone let me know. Because I heard something along those lines of like, if we would have sold Maino or Garnacho for like 50 million, we could have spent 100. But is that because they're youth academy products? Let me know. Because I'm unsure. I'm super unsure. Someone let me know. Let me set up this for these. What time is the Europa League game as well? Let me check. I'm going to get to your comment as well. I'm literally just setting up the stream as we speak. All right, now. All right, 1 second. Where we at? 5:45. All right. Set up in a second. So let me get to this. Okay, so we have 100 million from the players you mentioned. Is that enough? We need serious 250 million, at least in my opinion. There's no guarantee we're putting every penny we raise back into the first team. No, there's no guarantee. But there's no guarantee that we won't. So there's nothing to debate in regards to that last statement. There's no guarantee we are. There's no guarantee we will not. So why are we worrying about the unknowns? And in regards to it, is that enough? If spent correctly, yes. For the season 25-26, 100, let's say 100 million, yes. If we sign correctly, it's enough for where Manchester United for that season in regards to improve. If you spend 100 million on a team correctly, you can vastly improve a team. Yes, 110%. In regards to individuals, because not only are you bringing in individuals who are better, that improves the individuals around, which then improves the team, which then helps the manager, which then could improve results. So let's say we improve in the league, we finish in the top 6, and let's say we're in Europa League again. Actually, well, no, it's highly unlikely. So it's either going to be Champions League or bust, to be honest. Let's say we're in the Champions League, get to the quarterfinal, and we win an FA Cup or League Cup. So individual performances are better, team performances are better, results are better, the league finishes better, and we win an FA Cup or League Cup. That's a good season off the 100 million. It's not where I want to be overall, but it's better. We're going to finish, let's say we finish 12th, 13th, 14th. If we finish 6th, 7th next season, that's a vast improvement. If the team performances get better, that's a vast improvement. If individuals get better, that's a vast improvement. The youth players are also going to the side. So is it enough? Yes. That is enough for the 25-26 season. That's how you then build. And then the 26-27 season, you invest again to try and then kick on and see how you do in Europe, etc., etc. But then we'll probably be in the Europa League that following season if we do finish inside the top 6, top 7, which should be the aim. And then you're in the Europa League. And then you got 2 ways of getting back into the Champions League in the 26-27 season. And then you've brought more players in, got more players out, etc., etc. Players are improving. Maybe a couple of the youth players are doing well also, just the squad players. It's not all doom and gloom. Which positions do you think we need flawless? Goalkeeper, left-sided centre-back, wing-back, central midfield, 10, striker. They're the teams. That's just first 11. The fact we're almost $1 billion in debt, but we spent $1 billion post-Fergie proves money ain't our problem. It's how we spent. That's the problem. Yeah, it's how we spent. I never complain about the amount of money we spend. It's how much we spent. I was talking about Delon, Maguire, etc. I don't think we're selling them even amount. We ain't selling as much as we want them to. We'll sell them eventually. Maguire's not going to be here for the rest of his career. Delon won't be here for the rest of his career. Same way I was told this literally in December about Rashford, about Anthony. Oh, nobody will buy Anthony. No one will sign Rashford. Neither of them two are at the club right now. No one's going to buy McTominay. Nobody's going to buy Fred. No one's going to buy Wan-Bissaka. Word to Bayesian Pops, every pot has a cover. So these players are going to be sold if we want to sell them. Fear-mongering. We will sell them. Do I think we sell them in the summer? Maybe, maybe not. But will they be sold eventually? Yes. We can't get rid of all the players we want because then we'd have no team. However, Delon, Maguire, I don't know why you're talking about them when we're talking about the players that are on the chopping block, the players who are actually being linked and have moved away, whether it's loans or offers like with Garnacho, for example. Why are we worried about them? Them two shouldn't be playing even if they're in the team, even if they're in the squad. This is the point I'm making. They shouldn't be playing even if they're in the squad. That's the point I'm making. Europa League, these men are doing USG versus Ajax, which I'm going to set up in a second. And also, I'll probably do Paul Roma still, depending on what time I'm back. But you lot hit one more like. Girls up to 50 likes as well. Oh, yeah, let me set this up now. See, people always working while I'm working. All right, give me 1 second. Well, girls up to 60 likes. Scratch that. Girls up to 60 likes. Girls up to 60 likes. I don't understand this fear-mongering. I really don't. Like Delon and Maguire, even if they're here, shouldn't be a part of the squad. Like part of the first team, sorry. They shouldn't be starting week in, week out. They should be backups and backup to the backup. And then it's not really an issue. And if we invest that 100 million correctly, we'll be fine. That's why I mentioned you sign a centre back. If you sign a wing back, those two are then relegated to the bench. Which if they're on the bench, I'm not really too fussed for the time being. We're not chasing down Premier League and Champions League. We're chasing down just being a bad unit. But hey, we move. Let me set this up real quick. Let's see. I'd be very surprised if you sign Quenda, a striker and a midfielder. I don't think it will happen. Yeah, Anthony will be tough to sell for more than 25. That's why I said 15. Lindelof 10. Malacia 10. Cool. So 15, 25, 35. That's cool. Who's stupid enough to buy Anthony, Lindelof, and Malacia? Sancho is only 25 million. Where's the 100 million from again? The Rashford 40. Because that's the option. So I'm saying hypothetically it goes well for him. That's the option that they've got. So if we sell Rashford for 40, we sell Anthony for, what did I say for Anthony? Rashford for 40, Sancho for 25, Anthony for 15, Malacia for 15, Lindelof for 10. That's 100 M's. Or even if you want to knock 5, 10 off of them, that's 80 to 90 million. Who's stupid enough to buy Anthony? Every pot has a cover. Who's stupid enough? Betis just loaned him. Betis just loaned him. You could say that. I've heard that about every single team who's stupid. So Anthony going to be here for the rest of his career then is what you're telling me, Rohan. Come on, man. Gotta be smart. Come on. Izzy, no. What are we talking about here? Like I would say, oh, he was stupid enough to buy Garnacho and Napoli put money down for him. We just stupidly rejected it. So that's where the 100 mil comes from. And that's excluding like a youth player going for 5 million. So, but according to Rohan, all these players just gonna be here forever. And it's all doom and gloom. All right. Okay. Sure. All right. What am I doing here? Bear with me, people. I'm just setting up the stream as we speak. Because these I want to go live on the play. Yeah, like we haven't sold bad players before. Anthony's literally on loan. He's literally on loan. Well, no, we're going to be here forever. You're going to be here forever. Like, I don't get it. That's the 100 M's right there. Man got problems for every solution. And that's excluding, like, selling, like, a Zidane Iqbal, for example, or selling youth players, which you've done in the past. Obviously, I know Zidane Iqbal's gone, but I'm just using him as an example. You know, when you get them 2, 3 millions, 4 millions, 5 millions for players. Of course, someone will buy him. I might say, who's going to buy? And somebody will buy him. That's why he's now out on loan. Like I was told, Rashford couldn't be moved. Who's going to pay his wages? Villa are paying 70+% of his wages right now. Someone do the math. He's on what? 300K? So what's 70+%? It is all doom and gloom. All you've come up with is negativity. You know what I'm saying? Again, they're not big sales. Again, you do into this is what I'm talking about. Like Anthony, 40 million is not a big sale. 25 million, 50 million for Anthony is not a big sale. It's all doom and gloom according to you, Rohan. Oh, that's all it's been. That's in every comment. It's just doom and gloom. That's it. Yeah. Fudge. It's going down. Every Thursday's clubs. Every Thursday. Like this. Oh, who's stupid enough to buy Anthony when he's literally on loan? Malassi has literally gone out on loan. Lindelof, somebody will buy. Sancho will be on his way because Chelsea have an obligation. But no, all these players are. This is what I'm talking about when I say doom and gloom and over the top. Like, if the club wants, it's on the club to move these players on. I'd be very surprised if you sign Quenda, a striker and a midfielder. I don't think it will happen. Anthony will be a tough sell for more than 25. Lindelof is on. Yeah, I got to this. Yeah. Why would Anthony have to be more than 25 million? 10 million for Anthony's a good fee. I'll take 5 because he's rubbish. Lindelof 10, cool. Malassi, I think we could get our money back, which is 12 million. I'd be surprised. I don't know about Quenda. Why would you be surprised if you sign Quenda, a striker and a midfielder? Why would that surprise you that if we sign 3 players? So, Rohan, how many players do you think we're signing then? Let's just go to the nitty-gritty. How many players do you think we are signing? I'm lost. How many players do you think we're signing? You're saying you'd be surprised if we sign Quenda, a striker and a midfielder. So how many players do you think we're signing? How many? Let me know. It is. See, just more doom and gloom of late. Our pull has been based off of big salaries we're offering. We aren't doing that anymore. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Surely that's a good thing. That we ain't spending big prices. I'm lost. I was happy with the Dorgu signing. I like that. I'm like, it seems we're going for a certain. We identified a profile and went for it. He didn't cost a lot, and he's not on big money. Well, we do like. I'm lost. Why is this a bad thing? Surely the reason why we're in the mess we're in is because of paying big wages to players who are undeserving. Someone correct me if I'm right. Is that not a good thing? That's one of the things that I like that this ownership has done. And yeah, someone correct me if I'm wrong. I did ask this, if any of you lot know, because I don't know exactly how PSR works. 40 million for Rashford is pure profit. Helps with PSR. So I believe we could spend double that. No, Rohan. Why is this a bad thing? Are you saying this is a bad thing? That we're not offering big salaries? I'm lost. I'm lost. And I was right, Matthew. So you can spend double the amount. So if we move Rashford on for 40, we can then spend 80. And then you add in the other fees that I meant, the other 60 million that we've brought in. So that's 140 M's potentially. Adding in Let's say United only have 50 million to spend. That's close to 200 M's. Potentially. Again, this is all potential and speculation. But I'm lost as to this. Like, why is this a bad thing? Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, it's not a bad thing. That'll make it harder for us to use that chip of higher salary to get a player across the line. Okay, not if they're smart with their recruitment. So this is now we get into the nitty-gritty. It'll make it harder for us. No, it won't. It will not make it harder for us. Not if we're doing the correct. It's only tougher if we're not doing the correct thing. I don't think Doggy wasn't an issue for that. I don't think Quender at 17 would be an issue for that. If let's say we go in for Gyökeres and let's say we offer him 100K and he wants 200 and another team's offering 200, let him go. The reason why we're in the predicament we're in is because of paying big wages to players who are not deserving of big wages. And I'll just using Gyökeres and 100K as an example. But let's say he wants 200K. I don't think Gyökeres deserves 200K a week right now. So why is this a bad thing? Why is this a bad thing? I don't get it. And you mentioned about younger players. You don't have to worry so much about younger players if you are in terms of wages. Yes, wouldn't be a problem for younger players. Usually young ones don't get high salaries, but let's say Cunha or Edison, it could be a sticking point. Cool. No problem. It's not a problem for me. Why did this start now? Fuck. Swear I put it as 5-5. Steve. All right. I thought I started the stream at the wrong time. Cool. If Cunha don't want to be here because of that, go and find another. Cunha's not. Here's where we disagree. Cunha's not the only Cunha. Edison's not the only Edison. If the scouting team and recruitment team is doing what they're supposed to, this is not a problem. For every Cunha, there's an Isak. And when I say there's an Isak in regards to unknowns, because Isak at Real Sociedad, no one was chatting about. Now he's regarded as one of the best strikers in Europe and one of the best strikers in the league. But his numbers didn't reflect that. Go find me an Isak. How much was Isak, people? How much was Isak? Like, go find me an Isak. Let me pull up his numbers. One sec. Because he was unknown to most. No one were clamoring for Isak. Go find him. And not him, because he's at Newcastle, but a player like that. Because he was at Sociedad and scored 9 in 37, 17 in 34, 6 in 32. And then he went to William on loan 2018-19 and scored 13 and 16, which is impressive. But no one were clamoring for Isak. Now he's a 20 goal a season, man. Go and find me a 20 goal a season, man, for that price. Is the point I'm making. Scouting, it's on recruitment. Stop looking at names and thinking of no. Go and do that. So that's why I disagree with the wages thing being a problem. You have to stick to a wage budget. Otherwise, you end up in the situation and the scenario that we're in now with these players. Go find me. How much was Isak to Newcastle? Hold up. How much was he, price-wise? Let me check. Jeez, they spent big. Not even spent big on him. 70 million euros, which is what? 55. Exactly what we're talking about him. 60 M's. Go find me that. Go find me Isak for 60 M's. Go and do that. So let's say Cunha outprices us because of the wages. Go find me another Cunha then. Cunha's not the only 10 out there. Go and find me another Cunha. Same with the striker. You mentioned Alvarez, who's the midfielder. Alvarez is not. Was it Edison? Or did you say Alvarez? Wait 1 second. Where is it? What did you say? Yeah, Edison. Go find me another Edison. Edison's not the only Edison out there. Them were talking to me about some player from Stuttgart. Can't remember his name. Someone mentioned him yesterday. There's a central midfielder from Stuttgart, man, we're talking about. You lot know in the chat who I'm talking about. I can't remember his name. But it's from some midfielder from Stuttgart. So let's say we can't get Edison because we're priced out wage rise. There's always another player. There's always another girl. The girl you want don't like you. Hey, go find another girl. The player you want you can't get, go and find another player. And it's easier to find players than it is to find women. Because you can literally go and scout. Manchester United have the resources to go and scout in any country on the globe. Recruitment. If we recruit right, we'll be fine. This is why I don't think this is the issue. That's why I don't think money is the issue. You can sign 5 players for 20 million. And that's 100 M's. Now, will they do that? Highly likely not, but I'm saying you can. Even if it's 4 players for 100 M's. Or 4 players for 120. Or 150 for 4 or 5 players. It's about the player. I don't look at price point. Go find me Isak. Because that 60 million, people would have been looking at that like, yo, why are they paying 60 million for him? What would he go for now? Probably double that. Hey, big up Josie. Big up Josie. Big up Flawless. Do you think people are being harsh on Amorim in terms of not showing progress? We have 6 wins in our last 8. Do we have 6 wins in our last 8? I didn't know that. It's more so the 2 defeats that are bad though. And you can't just forget the lead into that and his record overall. But do I think some of the criticism of him is harsh? Yes, Josie, I do. However, you leave the door open to being criticized heavily when you have the poor performances and the poor results in which he's having. Because we've gotten worse. We've gotten worse. But I'm glad he's improved, like you said here, with the 6 in the last 8. However, we need to improve even more. Exactly. See, Lou gets it. We should have 5 names minimum. This is my point. So let's say it's Cunha, option B, let's say it's Cunha, option 2, option 3, option 4, option 5. Cunha says no, option 2. Option 2 says no, option 3, and so forth. But hey, Argentine says, although wins don't feel like a win. To you, they don't feel like a win. Hey, we move. I wish we had the balls to terminate contracts. That I agree with Rohan. I wish we had, but we don't. It's just my mood. I hope we can turn this around. And I hope we can turn it around. But I'm just not worried about it now. Like if we having this conversation May, June, here we got Spurs on the weekend. We got Europa League still to play for. We got FA Cup still to play for. We got a whole, how many games left in the Premier League? What, 13, 14? How many Premier League games are left? I don't even know what game week we're at. Is it like 24, 25? Yeah, F Ineos though. So he was 60 million Slims, and no one thought he was going to do what he did. Isak was 60 M's. If someone would have told you at the time, in 3 years' time, he'll be worth double that, everyone would have looked at you like you're crazy. If they sold him, how much would he be right now? He's at least double. So go find me Isak. That's my point. Because when he was at Sociedad, I didn't watch him, but numbers-wise, he didn't really show no signs. Yeah, he had 1 good season. That's it. He had 1 good season in La Liga in terms of numbers. Obviously, I didn't watch him. So I can't really comment like that. But, hey, we move. Yeah, he's definitely worth 100 plus mil. Big up Slims, though. Big up. I'm just here to listen and big up Slims every single time. So, yeah, there's 14 games left. We got that to tackle. We got 14 games, FA Cup, Europa League. And if we go deep in these competitions, which we're trying to do, is plenty more. FA Cup 6th round, FA Cup semi-final, FA Cup final, hopefully win it. Europa League, I think it's round of 16, quarterfinals, semi-finals, and a final. So you go round of 16, which is 2 games. Quarterfinal, which is 2 games. That's 4. Semi-final, 6. So potentially, 7 games in that? 3-4 more games in the... we still got games, 14. You're talking 20 plus games. But hey. I think Isak will fall off. He's just a here and now player. Well, he's been here all three. He hasn't done bad at Newcastle. He's been good since he's got there, which is about 2.5 seasons. Not even 2.5 seasons, because he didn't play much in 22-23. I think that's injuries. But he's still put up good numbers. So where's the fall off? It's been 3 years. So where's the fall off? His numbers are impressive for Newcastle as well. Jesus. I don't see a fall off, just Ray. I don't see a fall off. I just think he's good. Like, once you've been doing it for 3 years at a good level, it's like, all right. I don't know where the fall off is. I don't know. That's just me. All right. Final few questions, people, and then we're going to close out. Make sure you get over to the playback as well, man. Head over to the playback because Steve is doing the USG versus Ajax Europa League game. I'll probably be there for Port or Roma as well. I am not watching USG Ajax, but I'll leave him to watch that. Another signing to watch is Chris Rigg from Sunderland. He'll be another great fit for our squad like Diblin. Who mentioned it? Was it? I think Rance mentioned Chris Rigg to me. I don't know nothing about him. I don't know anything about him. But yeah. Rohan, run up the likes, guys. Big up Flawless, such a hard-working guy. Big up Rohan, man. Big up, man. Every single time. Big up, big up. Appreciate Warrior J. I'm going to retweet and like that in a second. I need to make both thumbnails because it was short notice. Steve messaged me about the watch-along just as I started the show. Just as. Let's see. People, even if you struggle to sell the leeches like Mountain Show, yeah, I hear you on that. But you can, I keep stating this. You can have players in the team and in the squad and have them not be a part of it. Like, I always use McTominay as the example. In Ten Hag's first season, you know why we didn't complain about McTominay? Because we barely seen him. He barely played. And when he played, it was boiling the kettle minutes. It was microwavable rice minutes. It really, really was. Like, he barely played in the Prem. Obviously, second season. Wait, was it the third season? No, his first, Ten Hag's first season. So I'm looking here. He played 24 matches in Ten Hag's. Was that Ten Hag's first season? Yeah, because he would have got sacked. 24 matches he played, and I bet most of them was bench appearances. Whereas the next season, 32. Like, if someone can check his stats, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, he barely played. He was getting off the bench and stuff like that. It was Eriksen, Casemiro, Bruno. Like, that was the midfield trio that started. And we didn't complain about him because we barely seen him. A squad player used as a squad player. Flawless, are you feeling nervous for the Hovis special on Sunday? This joke, man. No, I'm not. I'm not. No. Yeah, I'm not saying he's bad, but I hear too much overrating. I don't think there's too much over. I think he deserves his plaudits, to be honest, because his numbers are insane. Isak's numbers for who he plays for are insane. Like, there's people who play in better teams who put up worse numbers. Man got 10 and 22 in his first season, 21 and 30. He's 17 and 22 this season. He scored 17 goals in 22 appearances. And Newcastle are a good side, yes, but they're not an incredible side. Imagine you put him in a better side, how much numbers he would get. Bear in mind, he plays for Newcastle, who, yes, are a good side, but let's not act like they're great. They finished 7th last season, Newcastle. He put up 21 in 30 games for a team that were in 7th place. And he's more than just goals as well. Like, he does everything else, but I'm just using goals as an example. And then the season that they finished 4th, imagine he was fit. Imagine he would have played 8 more games. You got 10 and 22. Where would they have finished? Because they finished 4 points off Manchester United. How many more points could he have gotten? Because they scored 68 goals this season. He's him, man. Isak's cold. Another side, the system would be different. That is true. But I think if you put him in, there's not a Big Six side he doesn't improve. There isn't a Big Six side he don't play for. I think he scores more goals than Havertz at Arsenal. He gets more than Jackson at Chelsea. And he gets, obviously, United, it goes without saying. He gets more than Solanke at Spurs. And I think even though I think Haaland's better, he offers more than Haaland overall. But Haaland's the best striker because Haaland's numbers are insane. I'm just saying right now, I'm taking Isak in a heartbeat. I don't think there's anyone in the chat not taking Isak. Let me know, actually. Whoever you support, state your team as well, yes or no. Are you taking Isak? To everyone in the chat. Whether you don't even have to support a side in the Premier League, but let me know who you lot support. Are you taking Isak at your side? Like in the summer? Let me know. That's what I'm saying. Like how much he would, you know how many goals he would score at Chelsea or Arsenal? I just use those two because they're two of the best sides. Obviously, Spurs and United, not so good. How many goals he would get? Havertz got what? 14? I'd say you get at least 25. Man said would move Mount to get Isak. I think he'd get 25. If he's fully fit, he plays 38 games at Chelsea or Arsenal. I think he's getting 25, in between 25 and 30. Because if he stays fit, he'll probably get 25 this season. It's fitness dependent. He'll probably get 25 because he's not too far short now. He's 8 short with how many games are left? 14. That's it. Hey, just Ray, he starts for us now. You crazy, man? Did I take him as a squad player? That's crazy to me. Squad player. He starts for us now. He back. I think he backs goals for anyone. I think he's just that good. I think he's just one of them players. Even in a terrible team, I think he's getting you at least 10 to 15. He's one of them because he can create for himself. I think he's cold. Absolutely, I take Isak, especially if we sign another wing back and a left hand to feed him, crack 70 goals. Oh, please, man. Miles, 70 goals a season. I love it. If he was at Liverpool, Lord, you know the amount of goals he'd score at Liverpool? Yeah. The amount of goals he'd bag at Pool. Jesus. Yeah, he starts for everyone. Clear. Like, I think he's the second best striker in the league. Clear. He's better than everyone else. Better than anything at United. Havertz, Solanke, Watkins, Jackson, Havertz, Chris Wood. I think he clears all of them. Clears all of these. And Bremo. I'm missing anyone. I think I mentioned all the top teams there. Yeah, João Pedro. I'm just reading the table. Jimenez, Mateta, Strand Larson. Anything at Bournemouth, anything at West Ham. Oh shit, wrong table. But yeah, still the same teams in and around there anyway. Hey, don't see, man. Respect Jesus, man. Respect Jesus. But anyways, people, we're going to close out. But yo, make sure you lot head over to the playback, people. Head over to the playback. Let me share the screen. You lot can see what's going on. Currently, right now, the USG versus Ajax watch along. You can see these two absolute crooks on the screen there, people. See these two. Look at them. You got Steve and Jez doing the USG Ajax watch along Europa League. So get over to the playback because they're watching it over there, people. So head over there right now. Follow the playback if you haven't, people. Follow the Sarcasm City TV playback. You just download the playback app from your app store or just go to www.playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. That's playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. Or just download the playback app, people. Just download the playback app. And the same way you watch and comment on YouTube, it's the exact same on the playback. It's the exact same. And you create an account for free, sign up for free. And you see like Sarcasm City TV on YouTube. It's the nice bits. This is the nice ends. You know what I'm saying? No rubbish on the streets, nice shops, beautiful housing, lovely buildings, nice oceans, etc., etc. But you see the playback, it's the ends. That's the hood. That's the block over there where it gets crazy on here. Don't get misunderstood. Like, it gets wild on here. The conversations be wild. The jokes be flying. But over on the playback, it gets even crazier. So if you enjoy Sarcasm City TV, that's like Sarcasm City TV after dark over on the playback, people. Telling you like right now. Telling you like that right now. But I hope you lot enjoyed this Q&A. I do enjoy the solo ones. I really do. Like Don C said, it ain't for everyone. For real. Sarcasm City TV playback. It's not. Man, let me get to this. Also, it'd be nice to actually score some goals because right now, leap year comes more often than goals in this current team. Hey, Mal, I hear you. I hear you. But big up to all the members. Big up to all the moderators. Big up to everyone else here, all the regulars, all the new people. Much love to everyone that is locked in. Yeah, we're going to raid Lewis. We're going to redirect to Lewis. So all I need you lot to do is put Sarcasm City TV raid in the chat, people. Put Sarcasm City TV raid in the chat, in Lewis's chat, people. So love. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Like I said, we're live on the playback now. I will be there. They're doing the USG Ajax game. I'll be there for Porto Roma, and then we'll be back here on the YouTube and the playback. Pro Clubs, the best Pro Clubs team in the world, people. We'll be back around 10:30 p.m. UK time. And then following that, we'll be live on the playback again for Golden State Warriors versus Houston Rockets, because it's the last NBA watch-along before the All-Star game. Hey, Dunsey says, big up Flawless. Hey, man, you don't need to be doing all this, Dunsey, but blessings every single time. Big up Broderick. And don't forget, this show, all the other shows on the channel, apart from watch-alongs and fan-calling shows, are available on all audio platforms. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc. And love to you lot, man. Whether I agree with you lot, disagree with you lot, love, because you lot help Sarcasm City TV grow, continue to support heavily, and it's much, much, much appreciated for real. So thank you very much, people. And big up again, put Sarcasm City TV raid in Lewis's chat. And this has been a sports Q&A solo edition live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.